Newcastle versus Arsenal Carabao Cup semi-final. Right now, we're 2-0 down on aggregate, and that's not a good start. It is absolutely not a good start. But it is possible to turn it around, however unlikely. All it would take, really, for the whole game to kind of just flip on its head, it's one early goal. If Arsenal can find an early goal, we can get a good chance at winning the game. And we can do that. We've seen in recent form that we can do that. Not just the City game, but you look at our recent form absolutely everywhere. We're unbeaten in quite a few games now. But we're we're 2-0 down. We have seen crazier things than Arsenal beating Newcastle 2-0 at their ground. It's very possible. But there are a few questions that we have to ask about this game. How are both teams going to set up? Is Newcastle going to set up just defensively? Yeah. Are they going to decide just put everyone behind the ball, don't let Arsenal score? Or are they going to say we might as well go for it anyways? I don't think they will. I think they're going to go all out defensive. I can't see them doing anything else. But it's also a question of Arsenal and how Arteta sets up his team as well. You gotta say, like, will he say it's a lost cause, I'm gonna rest up the players, I'm gonna avoid risking injuries? Or is he just gonna go for it, say, might as well take a crack. Hopefully we can get the result we need. And look, we're at the FA Cup, so we'll have like a week break. I think we're already planning a trip to Dubai for the players. I say go for it, if I'm honest. You might as well just put out your strongest team and hopefully get a result. You may as well go for it at this point, I think. There's a good chance that you may turn it around. You may manage to get an early goal, and that's all it takes to turn the head on the game. If we can get that second goal, then I think that's when Newcastle's going to open up a lot. But how would I start this game? So, if I was Arteta, and my predicted starting lineup would be this. Obviously, David Raya in goal. You can't not put him in goal. On the left wing, on the left back, I would put Lewis Skelly. The centre back pairing would obviously be Saliba Gabriel. You can't separate the two. At right back, I would put Timber. Over in the midfield, I would put Declan Rice, Odegaard, and Thomas Partey. They've proven that they can absolutely dominate midfields, and hopefully they can do it today. In the right wing, I would actually play Ethan Nwaneri. I think Nwaneri, he has that kind of eye for goal. He's gonna take the shot, and he's been doing fabulously so far. Honestly, he is an absolute talent. We are so fortunate to have him. Left wing, I would put Martinelli. I think Martinelli, his drive, his pace, his ability to run up and down the pitch, it changes games a lot. And of course, in strike position, I'm going to have to put Kai Havertz. He doesn't score a lot of goals, but you can see the way he plays. And I've noticed something about Kai Havertz. He's absolutely great at winning the ball in aerial duels, keeping it down and passing it on to different players. But I also noticed that he often gets in that kind of wide position. And because he gets in that wide position, he's not in the box. He's not waiting for the ball. I don't know what that deal is, but look, he plays well. He just doesn't find the back of the net. And it's infuriating, I get it. It is absolutely infuriating. But look, we're hearing all these talks about the summer transfer window, and we are absolutely reliant on that summer transfer window right now. There's rumours about the whole Zubimendi, the whole Benjamin Sesko, those two just being done. We could use a talent like Benjamin Sesko, I think. Benjamin Sesko, he hasn't scored many goals this season for Leipzig, but I think that's because the Leipzig team, they're not that great. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be rude. I have nothing against them, but they're not that world-class starting 11. And if you put Zesco in an Arsenal starting 11, you see the amount of chances that we create. And with these chances, obviously, with someone like Zesco, I feel like he's more likely to put it away than what we have right now. So theoretically, if we did get Zubimendi and we did get Zesco, then there would still be gaps. We would need to plug. We would need to plug a starting left wing and a backup right wing. Those would be like two absolute priority. But after that, you look at those gaps in the rest of the squad. Let's say, for example, both Saliba and Gabriel get injured, for example. What kind of defense do we have left to rely on? And that's also considering that it's looking like Kieran Tierney might leave. Maybe at a later time, but it still looks like he might leave. And it looks like what's his face, Zinchenko is leaving. That's another gap we have to fill. But on top of that, we also need a backup goalkeeper as well. Looking at Neto, he didn't impress me at all, Neto. But more than that, he's only here on loan. I don't expect anything to happen to Raya, but we still need that backup goalkeeper in the event that something does somehow happen to Raya. And we also need to replace Jorginho as well, because obviously with Zubimendi coming in, hopefully, that's the replacement for Thomas Partey, and that's a great signing for us, no doubt about it. But we still need a replacement for Jorginho, and I don't know who that replacement's going to be. But that's a lot of signings that we need to sort out to plug the gaps in our squad depth. We've been very unlucky with injuries this season. We've had a massive injury crisis, no one can deny that. That's just football though, and that's why we need a squad depth, because your starting 11 isn't always going to be your starting 11. But anyways, enough about that, enough about transfer talks. Yes, it was a failed January transfer window, and you have to wonder, why did it fail? Why did it fall through? Who's to blame for this? And I'm wondering now if the board, the Arsenal board, actually has something to do with this. But we'll have to see. We can't say anything January transfer window. It's so difficult, and everyone knew we were desperate. They wanted to capitalise on how desperate we were, and we held our ground. But look, we can't rely on short-term solutions. We have to rely on the long term. Something like Zubimendi, Benjamin Sesko, all that, they're all long-term. They're long-term targets. Now it's just a matter of getting those over the line come summer, and we'll plug the biggest gaps in our attack. By which point Saka will be back. Hopefully we'll have Sesko then. It's looking like it's either going to be Sesko or Gyökeres, but I'm thinking it's going to be Sesko. And of course, hopefully we can get a left wing as well. If we could sort just that out alone, that would be a massive, massive success for Arsenal. Would it get us over the line? Maybe. I think we'd have a better chance of getting over the line. I do think if we had a Sesko profile in this Arsenal team this season, I think the gap would be much, much closer. But anyways, that's it for now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. It helps the channel out greatly. And I will be seeing you in my live reaction.